Doing okay. The BOJ did hike rates as expected, and it looks like we're going to make a new high as the confirmed RSI momentum indicator said that was a high probability. So what's next for the BOJ? So when I look at it, I think that we're going to be heading up towards some intervention levels. Here's one, 58.80, 59. So that, I still think that there could be another 100 pips or so left in this, but I think they're going to have to intervene to generate any type of decline. They've done it successfully before. We will have momentum divergence on the daily, even if it rallies another 100 or so, uh, but we won't on the shorter term stuff. We're already confirming this high in on the 4 hour. If someone put a gun to my head and said, Dale, what do you want to do? I would buy a break at the breakout level if it happened, looking for higher numbers and then start looking for divergences. There is an important development in the Dixie that I want to call your attention to. So, we were getting short currencies. I'm still short Aussie, still have 50-point lead. You still have a 40-point lead in euro, but we just hit a very important level. This line in the sand here at say 98.80. As you can see, I've had that pivot level looking left. It's played a role in the market turning good, market turning bad, market turning good, market turning bad. So that is really what we need to close above is 98.80. It doesn't look like it's going to do it today. Okay, getting a pretty negative candle. So here's where we are. You could book everything, go home flat, wait for a breakout over 98.80 to just get long. You made some money from here and here. And otherwise, there's still is the potential for a third drive down, which I think could generate gold missed its highs yesterday by a buck. So I thought we would take out this high at 43.81. The high was 43.74, so we missed it by $7. If we have one more route in the dollar for a third drive, gold should be able to do that. Okay, so we'll see. We have to wait till next week. Silver, I do believe that I'm going to attempt some type of sale. The markets are thinning out, broken up weeks, the next 2 weeks with Christmas and New Year's. But the 4 hour is definitely weakening. We do have one of the first divergences under 70. And if we make new highs above this level, which was, 66.80, maybe we trade another buck or so higher. And this RSI is not over 70 for the second time. I will attempt it next week. Okay. So that covers the metals. Also, you're going to have divergences in the gold silver ratio. And I showed this yesterday what a long term level it is. Besides, this is a 4 hour. So if we make a new low into early next week, we're not going to confirm. And I just want you to take a telescopic view of this and look at how many times it's been a place for it to hold. So, still possible that we get some type of bounce in the gold silver ratio. Didn't look so good down here either. So, it's very overdone. We've had a huge move in the last 2 months, really, from 86 to 65. Huge. So, I'd be real careful about getting FOMO in silver up here. As far as the market's concerned, they were able to hold it together. In fact, we're rallying fairly strongly today at 68.18. We were lower on the week. I'm still not impressed. I still think you have to sell rips and be wrong over 69.20 in the S&Ps. Um, this trade looks good from the buy the other day, bought it in here after the throw over was negated. I think we're on our way to much higher levels in WTI. So that looks pretty good. Um, yields should be heading up. Okay, we held this, looks like maybe ABC, and I think we are. I still believe in the 420 breakout, that we're going to go to maybe 440 or so. Of course, I'd be wrong if we start taking out 410. Right here, we take out 410, then we're looking at 4%. So that's the way that looks. Looking at some individual stuff. Oh, also, um, take a look at the miners. All right. If we get one more high in the miners, they're going to diverge even on the daily. Okay. So there might be something to do in dust. Same situation with GDX. We'll see if we make a new high. Looks like it wants to. I don't believe it will confirm. So there are a lot of things. The dollar setting up for a bottom, miners starting to diverge, three drive to a top formations, gold silver ratio at monthly support. So that kind of stuff is happening in there. So let's take a look at the semis. They've had a couple of decent days. Here's SMH. Even a rally back to 360 could still be a failing rally that we have here in the semiconductors. So I would still favor selling rips. Bitcoin's pretty interesting. It's plain underneath. There's a bear flag. It's tried to negate the bear flag a couple times. Here's a flag. We had a couple of pokes in there. We're trying to hold. I would have been much more bullish if we had taken out 80 on this recent drop. There's no law that it has to, but my work says it should, and then it would be more interesting if Bitcoin made a new low with divergence instead of a confirmed low. So we're getting a pop in NVIDIA, but I still don't believe that this is the bottom in NVIDIA. I think it's just a rally after some weakness. I think this is resistance. 170 is a big level. I still say we're going to be trading down in the mid 150s before it's all said and done. Uber continues to make new lows. It was really the best, even better than the semiconductors. And I think that's about it for the week. Um, I just want to comment on what happened in the marijuana stocks. This did not look like a typical buy the rumor, sell the fact. Look at that. So I don't know. If someone asked me, I didn't know what it was, I would say it looks like a pump and dump. But it doesn't mean that, just because we had this kind of panic, that the bottom's not in. But I'd be careful about just having FOMO about them here. Maybe we could work into this gap and hold it. But these kind of candles discourage me. Look at the size of this candle compared to the rest of the chart. Okay, so to me, it's an I don't know right now, and I just think this was more than buy the rumor, sell the fact. So just something to keep in mind. Let's see here. This is what saved the semiconductors is Micron's on the verge of making a new high. but it's going to diverge up here. Okay. And I'm keeping an eye on the banks as well. But I think the big trades coming up are going to be a dollar bottom, whether or not we go down here to 97.70 one more time. Some type of euro top. And one of the narratives that I'm going to be talking about that could cause problems for the eurozone is the fact that they froze indefinitely Russian assets. And I do believe that many corporations in Europe also have money in Russia. And I believe I heard that there might be the same type of um, asset seizure of these companies because of what Europe decided to do. So that could cause some problems. That's, economic warfare. War is fought on many different levels, besides kinetic. So that could be a reason. We know what kind of flack the US dollar took when we went ahead and froze Russian assets. So the euro is like the second blow against confidence about property, states' property being their own. And you can't just seize assets like that. So that too lowers confidence in the current system. But that could be a problem for the euro. We'll see if the dollar makes a new low. Maybe euro cannot take out the 118 level. We'll we'll think about it. Under these recent lows, it's vulnerable. Um, if this is a failing rally in euro from this, we could expect a pretty good decline. Okay. Um, your first sign is taking out this 117 level and finishing underneath it. And I have objectives way down here. So I hope everyone has a good holiday weekend. I'll see you in the room. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your